I do calls every day with guys trying to join our remote program. We talk to hundreds of guys, probably closer to 1,000 every single week in the DMs. And one thing that I will let you know that I actually just posted on social media that could be the biggest reason, the number one reason why your velocity isn't going up is very simple, but hard to wrap your ego brain around. Your ego kind of takes over logical. Your illogical brain is telling you, like, for example, this number one reason, this guy played at fill in the blank. This guy coached at fill in the blank. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna work with him. Or I am working with him, or I have worked with him. And you get excited about it because they played at or coached at a high level. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, your career is not forever. And for so many people, it's not until they've wasted a year or 2 or 5 working with a coach who has the accolades and the things that they flaunt and all the people that they worked with, but they don't actually know how to get results. So I'm gonna sit down for this. Because if you're watching this, there's gonna be some real talk. You guys ready for this? Okay. This is the dirty secret in baseball. And people are gonna get mad that I say this, but not a lot of people are gonna watch this. That will get mad. But if you think about it, let's say I'm a local coach of anywhere in the US or anywhere, and I coach for 20 years. Eventually, because I'm just the closest option, there's gonna be a stud that comes by that just so happens to live close to me, that just so happens to work with me. And then as soon as I get that guy and tell everyone I had that guy and I worked with that guy and he tells everyone that I worked with him, guess what? I become known locally as the guy because I'm close, and the guy because, hey, I worked with fill in the blank. But you and I both know, if we think about it analytically and just realistically, unless you have the data to prove it and the process and the program and the consistent results of getting people from point A to point B, meaning guys that weren't good to make them really good, and here's how, and it's very, very undeniable, and you tell them, hey, here's the exact step-by-step process I make, well, then you just are good as a coach by association. And this is not me saying those are bad people. Those are dudes that probably love baseball, probably played at a high level, or coached at a high level, and really want what's best for the kid. That's great. Except if you're not where you want to be and you go to one of those coaches, which is 99% of those coaches, you just assume because they worked with fill in the blank person, and parents just assume that they worked with, or they played at, or they coached, then you just assume they can get results. But we all know that there are human beings on this earth that wake up out of bed and throw 100. Wake up out of bed, throw 95, and run faster than everybody else, and always have since they were little, not because of some program that they joined, not because of the work that they put in, regardless of whether or not they put in the work. Maybe they did, and they could also do it without the work. Maybe they didn't, and they do it without the work, and they're really, really freak good athletes. But you want to look for, and obviously, like, this is what we do, and we have the proof, and we have the testimonies, and we have the program and process. We can show you this is what we do, and this is exactly how it's done, and this is how it works, and here's the results. But if you're looking for someone, then ask them what their program is. Ask them what their process is. Tell them, hey, show me inside your program and your sheet and your app or whatever it is. What is the actual program that I'm gonna do step by step, and how does it work? And if it's a bunch of big fancy words and they just say, oh, well, so-and-so did it, ask more questions. Because I can answer those questions for you. I can do it in simple terminology and simple language because I've been doing it for 16 years, and this is my love, this is my passion, this is my purpose, this is my obsession. And that's not bragging, that's just reality. For 16 years, this is what I do. This is the thing I'm best at. There's a lot of things I suck at. I am hilarious, and I'll always tell my instructors I'm better looking than them, and they're ugly. But real talk, this is my obsession. This is what we do. And even when I first started coaching, I didn't have a process because I didn't know what I didn't know. And then I failed and I got better and I learned and I had success. But I wanted to see, like, how could we do it repeatedly and consistently and have consistent results? And then when we got those results, we got the testimonials. We had the before and the afters, where they were and where they are now. And so that just keeps adding up. And so if you're looking for that coach, or you see that coach online and they're talking about how great they are, oftentimes you're just saying that because, and they're probably great people, but as far as objectively a good coach that can get someone from not being good to being good, that is a very, very special thing. It's a very special thing, and it's very hard to do. It takes a lot of time and error, and honestly, like, money too, because there was a 5-year period before we had kids that all I did was travel the country to learn from people outside of baseball. Because there's no degrees in baseball. There's no degrees in pitching mechanics. There's only learning from people that are smarter than you. And so for 5 years, I was flying all over the country for a really long time to learn all this stuff. And that's what it takes. And if you don't have someone that's getting results for you, there's a reason. Because they're only as good as they know, and they don't know what they don't know. And if they haven't traveled the country trying to find those answers and be obsessed about finding answers so that they can find consistent results from guys that aren't good, then I think it's time to take the next step, again, because your career is not forever. So take that next step. Obviously, if you want to do it with us, there should be something below this video where you can reach out to us or shoot us a DM anytime, and we'll let you know what we do and help you out. We got your back. We'll take care of you and make sure it's a good fit, and then get you throwing harder. And of course, the H is first, the healthy way. We'll make sure you're healthy.